because you had a nice body? Would you hold it against me?
That's funny. I like that.
I wasn't kidding.
What makes you think you're so tough, Hammer?
I eat shredded wheat without milk.
I understand you have been cutting into my territory.
Visiting sewers was never my style. We never seem to have enough time anymore.
We do have time for this.
Right.
I'm not that old, but I can remember when Greenwich Village was filled with long-haired kids beating their bongos. Nowadays, the bongos are electric and the kids have rainbow hair. One thing for sure, it's never been dull in the village. I was supposed to be at the Garden with Pat tonight watching the Knicks take on the Celtics, but the kid was doing a set and I wouldn't miss it for the world. There was no doubt about it. Vickie Cornell had a voice that could really get your motor running. She got to everybody in the place, even the kids with the pointy heads. I knew her because I babysat her a while back while she kicked a heroin habit.
Vickie kept the table for you, Mr. Hammer.
How'd you know it was me?
Well, she said you would be the first guy without purple hair and an earring.
Hang it.
Beer, right?
You got it.
I'd like to dedicate this next number to someone who's very, very special to me.
There's a somebody I'm longing to see.
Better when she really lets go.
Turns out to be someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of
that was great. Even better than I remembered.
God, I missed you. You stay away too long, I'm gonna forget your face.
Missed you, too. Sit down.
Thanks for coming. I know this isn't exactly your scene.
Hi, babe. You were great tonight. Except for that last song. Whoa, let's 86 stuff like that from now on.
Hey, pal, I like that song.
I'm sure you did. You're not exactly what I'd call with it. Nothing personal. Who are you? Vickie's father or something?
He's a good friend, Carl.
Vickie, we'll wait for you by the door.
I'll be out in a minute.
This Carl, friend of yours?
You know how hard I've worked, and you know how hard it's been to get this far. Carl's got money. He says he's willing to front the bucks to produce an album.
That's what he says.
Come on, Mike. It's strictly a business deal. Hey, you know I can take care of myself. I'm not exactly a stranger on the streets.
Listen, you deserve the best. You've come a long way. I just don't want to see you blow it, that's all.
Don't worry about a thing. Everything's fine. Well, I better go now. Thanks for coming.
Hey, you were great.
Thank you.
I made a note to myself to check back with Vickie next week. There was something about the company she was keeping I just didn't like.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Get out of the way!
Bus fare would have been enough. So what's this all about?
Get on, boss. Mike, I'm sorry. I know how close you and Vickie were.
What happened?
Looks like an OD.
An OD? No way, Pat. She wasn't a hype. She's been straight for 6 months.
Who the hell are you?
Harry Welch, narcotics, Mike Emmer.
So funny, man.
The lady had this in her purse, tracks on her arms, and your card in her hand. I figure she popped a hot shot and was calling a connection for her.
Mike, right. Mike, easy. Hey.
Trying to put 2 and 2 together, doctor, that's all. Hey.
You buy this?
Depends on what the medical examiner has to say.
Forget what the medical examiner has to say. I want to know what you think.
Mike, I don't know. I just don't know on this one.
Well, I do. Vickie was not a hype, Pat. She was clean.
I remembered the photographer at the club taking Carl Pennington's picture. I had a hunch it would show up in the society pages, and I was right. The cops could take their fancy overdose theory and shove it. Vickie was murdered, and Pennington was my only clue.
The medical examiner said that the heroin that killed Vickie was over 40% pure. Too hot to handle. But the tracks were fresh. She was clean up until then.
I tell you, Velda, her eyes were clear, her mind was right. She was okay.
Give me those things.
Thanks.
You'll thank me in 20 years.
Who can think I had that far?
Oh, banging.
I didn't have any trouble finding the Pennington house. It was the smallest one on the block. In fact, it was the block. Hello. My name is Mike Hammer. I'm a private investigator, and I believe Carl Pennington lives here.
Carl's my brother. I'm Connie Pennington. Why do you want to see him?
Carl was with a friend of mine last night. My friend is dead.
I'm sorry about your friend, but I'm sure my brother had nothing to do with it.
Her name was Vickie Cornell. She was young and pretty, just like you. Was she here last night?
Why don't you come on inside and...
My daughter wasn't home last night. She wouldn't know. I'm Veronica Pennington.
Mike Hammer.
Aren't you due at the Antique Guild?
Yes, Mother. I'm sorry about your friend.
Stepdaughter.
Mrs. Pennington,
Veronica, please.
Veronica. Do you happen to know where Carl is?
No, I don't.
Well, if and when you're in touch with him, would you please have him call me?
I hope you don't think this girl's death is connected in any way to a member of my family.
I certainly hope not.
Hope to see you again, Mr. Hammer.
I'm sure you will, Mrs. Pennington. Something told me to take a tour of the grounds, and I saw some signs of life in the pool house. All right, wake up, Carl. Come on, Carl. Hey, come on, wake up, wake up. Come on, wake up. Listen, time for some questions, buddy. Where were you last night when you left the club?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, let me refresh your memory, Carl. Now, I want to know, where did you go last night when you left the club, huh?
Here. I think here.
Okay. You came back here. And were the two girls with you?
I don't know.
Vickie Cornell, do you remember her?
Yeah, I remember Vickie.
Yeah. Was Vickie with you?
I don't know.
Well, you better work on that one, pal. Vickie is dead.
Vickie's dead?
That's right. Somebody killed her.
I didn't do it.
Yeah? You were the last one seen with her when you left the club. Now, listen, Carl. You better do yourself a favor and start remembering the events of last night.
I'd help you if I could. But I'm a blank. I just don't remember.
Hey, what are you doing out here anyway? Don't they let you in the main house?
Veronica lets me use the pool house to crash. I got my own place in town.
See. Did you shoot up Vickie?
No, I swear I didn't.
You've got some big problems, Carl. Now, I want you to pull it together and remember what happened last night, because I'm not through with you. I'll be back. It just didn't make sense. A junkie who was afraid of needles. Carl Pennington didn't remember much, but maybe the two girls with him that night did. So I asked Velda to track them down through the photographer at the club. I also asked her to start shaking the Pennington family tree to see if any squirrels dropped out. With a place like this, I couldn't figure out why Carl kept running home to crash at stepmom's. Why is it that some guys who can score touchdowns and hit home runs still have to find their high at the end of a needle?
I'm Bradley Snyder, attorney for the Pennington family.
Really? I thought you were just another dumbbell.
After I talked to my client and they told me about your little escapade, I made some inquiries. I figured you were stupid enough to show up here. You've interrupted my daily workout, Mr. Hammer, so I'll come right to the point. any more unwarranted, illegal, uninvited intrusions on the Pennington family, and this film will be sent over to the district attorney.
You tell your clients they've got nothing to worry about.
Good.
Provided they weren't involved with the murder of Vickie Cornell.
Well, I shall see you again sometime, Mrs. Snyder.
I called Velda and asked her to run down some info on family attorney Bradley Snyder with his fancy jogging suit. I never understood guys who got all dressed up just to sweat. She told me Pat had something he wanted to show me.
I say, Mike.
Pat.
Hey, well, who do we have here? Hey, it's the working girl's friend.
Very funny. I thought they fed the animals at dawn.
You know, you're about as funny as that stiff on the gurney hammer. Why don't you see if you can make him laugh, huh?
Cute, Harry. With you around, he probably died laughing.
Mike, you know this guy?
No. Should I?
Should you, Hammer? His name is Cappy Hinton. He OD'd on some bad junk. Only he wasn't your, your average hole-in-the-arm loser. He was doing a little pushing, too. His room was full of these babies. Well, do you recognize the packaging? Huh? Same as your girlfriend's, right?
Oh, come on. That's your case? You're gonna bury this poor kid's murder just because of some lousy tinfoil?
Oh, no, Mike, there's more. Vickie's name was in his address book. Come on, it's obvious. Pusher and a hype are both using the same stuff, which the lab says is bad. They go belly up. Case is closed. Hey, no loss to society, right, huh?
Street Theater here on A&A.
Cappy Hinton's rap sheet was full of nothing but two-bit busts, shoplifting, flashing, but he wasn't a pusher. I leaned on Pat to find out who controlled the Midtown narcotics action. It was Jake Gill. So I called in a marker from Wholesale Sal.
Word is he's a mule making a delivery for Jake Gill.
Yeah, but where is he? We've been here for 2 hours, Wholesale.
Patience, Mike. Have I ever failed you? This info is as good as gold. It's more than I can serve you a suit. Look at this. Feel this material. This baby cost 6 big ones on the rack at Bloomingdale's. I can let you have it for $30. Huh? Plus, I'll throw in an extra pair of pants. Action.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey. Welcome to America. I just love it when you talk dirty to me.
Michael!
Moochkins.
You finally found my favorite restaurant.
The Mugu Guy Pan is excellent here. That's not why you're here.
You know him?
Jake Gill? Jake Gill is the last man you want to be messing with, Mike.
All right, listen, Moochie, I want you to talk to him. I want you to tell him that the Greek didn't deliver, that I have his special import package.
I don't want to have to tell him that, Michael. I hate eating bullets with my Chinese food.
His or Betsy's?
That's what I like about you, Michael. You're so very, very persuasive.
Talk to him, Moochie.
Talking to him.
I think it's important for you to talk to him.
You want something
I have something. 2 pounds of China white.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then I guess I'm wasting my time.
But I do know that whoever does own this material would probably want it returned. Soon.
But since it's not yours, you should probably butt out.
Not now. What makes you think you're so tough, Hammer?
I eat shredded wheat without milk.
You know, people who take other people's property have been known to find themselves permanently horizontal with a lot of dirt on their face.
I'll make a note. I'll be talking with you.
Yeah.
Love your shirt. Excuse me, bozo.
My camera investigation.
Yeah, it's me. What did you find on Nancy Gibson? The photographer.
All I get is her answering machine. But Veronica Pennington called. She wants to meet you at La Petite Fleurette. She doesn't sound like a mother to me, Mike.
She's a mother, all right. You shake anything else out of their family tree?
Yeah, I checked with the probate department. Carl and his sister each get 1/3 of Papa's estate when they turn 25. That's only a few weeks away for Connie. But right now, Veronica's got it all.
Well, did I ever tell you you had a suspicious mind?
Must be the company I keep.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Keep the change.
Who is she?
Whoever she is, she looks great. Hello. Nice place.
It is now. Sit. I ordered for you scotch, no ice. Hope that was all right.
Actually, it's beer, but this is fine, thanks.
I heard about your meeting with Bradley.
Yeah? He's a classic guy.
I felt I owed you an explanation about Carl.
About Carl? Or about the fact that you lied to me that he wasn't there?
It's the same. Since my husband, Carl's father, died, Carl hasn't been the same. There's something you don't know about Carl. Something hardly anybody knows. He's a drug addict.
Have you tried to help him?
We have run out of doctors and programs.
So you lied in order to protect him. What are you afraid of? Publicity?
Yes, exactly.
You're fighting a losing battle. Carl was at the club the other night escorting 2 lovelies. Not exactly your come-to-tea types. And a photographer was snapping every single move. Did you happen to see them at the house?
No.
What about Vickie? You did see her there?
Earlier in the evening, but she said she was ill and she left. Since I couldn't see any possible connection between her visit and her death, I didn't say anything.
Publicity again, right? Excuse me.
Don't leave. I've ordered.
Sorry, I've lost my appetite.
I was surprised to see Assistant D.A. Barrington. With a date yet.
I recommend the veal.
Why not try the tuna? It's cheaper and much, much better for you.
Hammer. Do me a favor, will you? We've got this guy on narcotics. His name is Harry Welch. For some reason, he doesn't like you. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, we're this close to closing the books on a major heroin supplier, and I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't mess things up for us.
I wouldn't dream of it. Listen, I gotta go.
Hammer. That's the kitchen.
I know.
I'm getting bored with you, bozo. Just relax. Tomorrow's collection day.
Hello, Jake. Hammer. Listen tight and don't interrupt, because I'm not going to repeat myself. Be at the West 32nd Street Pier at 8 o'clock tonight, or you can kiss a white Christmas goodbye. What are you doing here, Moochie?
Wasn't doing anything, and Mr. Gill thought I might enjoy the ride.
All right, I'm here.
Show and tell time, Jake.
Hey, watch that. It's a lot of bread you're messing with. Can we get on with this? I have a date. She'll wait.
All right, Hammer, what do you want to know?
It's a small-time hype pusher named Cappy Hinton in the Bowery. Do you supply him?
There is no pusher named Cappy Hinton.
You sure?
What did he just say, Mike?
Did you ever furnish an uptown swell named Carl Pennington?
Never heard of him.
Do you know a singer named Vickie Cornell?
Heavy set broad?
No.
No, I don't know her. Now look, Hammer, if we're through playing show and tell, hand that stuff over here.
What is this stuff? It's about 90% pure age and heroin, isn't it? It's about 2 pounds worth.
Mike, being an accountant can be bad on your health right now.
Oh, really? This stuff is bad for
Hey,
your health.
what are you doing? Get down! That was a bad mistake, Hammer!
Yeah, well, I made a few in my time, but that wasn't one of them. You missed a spot.
Taxi?
You're dust, Hammer. You're a walking dead man.
Jake, just so there's no bad feelings, I know Angie's cleaner on 6th Avenue. Go down there, tell him I recommended you. You get a buck off.
Very funny, Mike. Very funny. That's what I like about my man. He has no sense of reality. Good cleaners, anyway.
Zelda never reached a club photographer, so I decided to go down to Soho and find her myself. I hope she was a good photographer. I also hope she was just a lousy housekeeper.
Mike, some of these corny reports says Nancy Gibson didn't hang herself. Somebody else did it for her.
Brilliant. 2 little leaguers could have told us that.
Captain Chambers, telephone. Yeah.
Captain races all day long. You got, whoa, hey, nice thread.
I understand you have been cutting into my territory.
Visiting sewers was never my style.
Oh, cute, cute. You went after Jake Gill.
Yeah, and I found him. Where were you?
Mr. Hammer, I am putting you on official notice. You keep messing your nose around where it doesn't belong, and I am going to jam you for possession of narcotics and obstruction of justice. Do you understand?
I'll make a note.
You do that.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Collette. What can I do for you?
A lot, I'm sure, but I'm here to see Moochie.
I told you you had a nice body. Would you hold it against me?
That's funny. I like that.
I wasn't kidding.
I don't know your name. I don't know your face. I never saw you. It was a real nice performance you gave the other night, Michael. The only reason I didn't get busted up is Gill is convinced that you are a wacko.
What did you tell him?
What did I tell him? I told him the truth, that you are psychotic. Have you ever considered serious medical treatment, Mike?
Yes, I've considered it. Listen, Moochie, I know I don't win any awards for diplomacy with guys like Jake Gill.
No, you don't.
And I don't know what kind of a relationship you've got with him. I really don't care.
But Vickie Cornell is dead.
And one way or another, I can't help but feel that guys like Jake Gill are responsible. Listen, I need your help. I want you to talk to me about Carl Pennington. Now, if a guy like Carl is young, wealthy, Westchester type, wanting to get lined up with a couple of hookers, who would he go to?
Well, it's your lucky day, Michael. Because I happen to know the dude.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
You want something?
Yeah, a few minutes of your time.
If you're interested in private lessons, there's a card in my bag.
Do they know you're a pimp around here?
We're through for today, honey. We'll pick it up tomorrow. You know, I don't know how you got in here, but I do know how you're leaving.
You better put the racket down, pal. It's going to become your lunch.
What do you want?
The two bimbettes who hang out with Carl Pennington.
Dede and Kim.
Where can I find them?
They're working. The Woodward building.
What's all this?
You must give good lesson.
You can't go in there.
Watch this. Good afternoon, Mr. Clark. Well, it's nice to see a man enjoying a wide variety of interests. In your case, obviously, sports and nursery rhymes.
Who the hell are you?
My name's Hammer. I'll be representing your wife in her divorce proceedings against you. Now, where did I put those documents?
My wife and I have an arrangement. She knows exactly what I'm doing.
Really?
Well, almost exactly. Call security, Jason.
Great. The more witnesses we have to this cozy little scene, the better. Your wife is getting quite a settlement from you, eh, Mr. Clark?
Jason! Wait.
Mother Goose never had it so good, huh?
You know, I remember you from the club. Who are you?
Actually, I sell life insurance. In this case, yours.
What are you talking about?
Tell me about that night over at Carl Pennington's house.
Come on, girls. This is serious.
Hey, look, we didn't take anything that didn't belong to us.
Hey, we were in the pool house. Carl went up to the big house to get us some more dope.
What happened to Vickie Cornell?
We waited for a while, then she went in after him.
They never came back. We got bored and split.
You never saw Vickie again after that?
Wasn't our problem.
Yeah? Well, somebody thinks it is. They're looking for you. And they're not as nice as I am. Now, I strongly suggest you girls split town for a while. Gary went out of business. He asked me to give you your severance pay. For you?
Hey, we really appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
And since he already paid $500...
You know, I'm curious. What do you girls do for that kind of money? Oh, no, never mind. I gotta get out of here as fast as possible.
Please, we gotta talk. You gotta get me out of this. I swear I'll never do it again.
You promise? All right.
I was tired and I was frustrated. But I wasn't so far gone not to notice that the thin piece of tape I always put between the door and the jamb was broken.
All right, tell me it's a mistake. That our houses look alike and you thought I was a burglar.
Come on.
Besides, I've got a landlady downstairs who hates loud noises. Why are you trying to kill me?
Because you're trying to hurt Carl. He can't take care of himself. I am all he has.
Did Carl kill Vickie Cornell?
No, he couldn't kill anyone.
And you've got nothing to worry about. Because I'm only looking for the guy who killed Vickie.
I want you to leave Carl alone. I'm so worried that something horrible is going to happen to him.
Like OD? Listen, I understand. I know what it is to love someone and then have them taken away from you.
Carl is all I have.
What about Veronica?
And my stepmother. She was my father's toy. Carl and I have no use for her.
Then why don't you get out of there?
And go where? My shrink says I'm trying to replace Daddy.
Freudian.
Mike, I don't want to go home tonight.
Street Theater here on A&A.
Say, Dal.
Hi, don't give him any cigarettes.
Why don't you face it? You're never gonna quit smoking.
Yeah.
Give the gumball machine to my kid.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, pick up on this. Going down to the jazz club tonight. They want me to sit in on drums just for laughs.
Yeah?
Why don't you come along?
No, thanks. I'm working.
Uh-huh. Not anymore, you're not, old buddy. Restraining order, signed, sealed, and delivered. You go anywhere near the Pennington family again, you'll have a date with the judge.
You tell the judge I don't kiss up the second date?
You're serious, old buddy. Snyder's pulling all the right strings on this one.
Yeah, not by himself he isn't. I got a feeling we're talking yo-yo here.
Barrington.
I know it.
Is backing him all the way. Mike, don't you think it's time? The dead need to be buried. Let Vickie rest.
Pat, Vickie is resting. I'm the guy that can't rest. Listen, I am not going to bury this case. I know there's something there. The bottom line in this whole investigation is narcotics. And you tell me something. Harry Welch has not been overly enthusiastic.
Have you got any proof against him?
Nothing that would stand up in court.
Then I don't want to buy it. We're not talking about some two-bit street hustler here. We're talking about a cop. You got some facts? I'll listen. No facts, no audience.
Oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, you're a doll, Georgette.
I could lose my job.
Nobody will find out except us and the spiders.
This is crazy.
It always is.
I could never say no to you.
Thank goodness.
File's over here.
Okay, every arrest Detective Harry Welch ever made.
Right.
5 minutes, Mike, that's all.
Yeah. Seem to have enough time anymore.
We do have time for this. But that's all. Come on.
It was all beginning to come clear. Harry Welch used to work vice, and his early arrest records included some prostitution busts. One of them was none other than Veronica Pennington. So Welch had known her all along, and each arrest resulted in no conviction. This was quite a pair to draw to. Veronica had made a giant leap. Prostitution to society marriage, and then a convenient auto accident in the Catskills made her a rich widow who was about to become even richer. They can put in new walls and fancy furniture and take out the trapeze, but they can't erase the memories of the women who wasted away inside the world's oldest profession. Veronica didn't want to see me until I mentioned the Lido Hotel. I knew she'd remember.
Well, how do I look?
You look great. Clothes don't make the lady.
Oh, I suppose a private detective is high society.
I'm for hire, not for sale.
I was pretty good here. Actually, I was sensational.
I'll bet you were.
So quiet. I know how you and I can raise the noise level.
About Carl's drug problem. You know, it's a funny thing. The kid is actually afraid of needles. You were the one who was injecting him, weren't you, Veronica? That's why he kept coming back to the house.
You're going to spoil the whole thing, aren't you?
Vickie Cornell saw you injecting Carl. You were setting your stepson up for an accidental overdose down the line, and Vickie happened to stumble into the secret, and you had to kill her. It's the trust money, isn't it?
Of course it's the money. God knows I'm not going to kill for a man.
And then your narc buddy, Welch, he's the one who actually iced Vickie, isn't he?
That's not bad, Hammer. But you didn't check far enough. Welch just pulled Veronica off the street. You should have checked my file. I was assistant DA at the time. I put her back out there. I'm afraid I was forced to clean up after her initial miscues.
Uh-huh. Hookers and velvet sweatsuits, eh, Snyder? You're full of surprises. You actually do have a wide range of interests.
Well, both serve their purposes for a while, at least. I let Veronica do all the dirty work.
Bradley.
Hammer's right, dear. Clothes don't make the lady.
Hello, Mike.
What a great family. Must be a laugh riot at Christmas.
Well, that's a secret you're going to take to your grave, Hammer. You lured the Penningtons here in violation of your restraining order and killed Veronica. Fortunately, I arrived in time to kill you before you could harm Connie.
Nobody's going to buy that garbage, Snyder.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to tell your side of the story. Now, take your gun out. Left. 2 fingers. Put it on the floor. No. Let him kick it over.
Remembered a line by Kipling. The Colonel's lady and Judy O'Grady are sisters under the skin. Veronica and Connie had proven just that.
She had a beautiful voice, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did.
I was gonna help her. I know I was. I wanted to tell you that I'm staying straight now. I'm in a pretty good rehabilitation program.
Hey, that's great.
I'd like to give you some money.
Why? I never worked for you.
You saved my life. They would have killed me.
I'll tell you what. Take this money, put an ad in the trades, and find a good young singer. Give her a break. Vickie sure would have liked it that way.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll let you know what happens.
Good luck.
There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone to watch over me.
You don't have to live a lifetime to know that glory comes and goes. Sometimes we only get a moment, it's all ours. Vickie never really made it up in lights, but for me, she'd always be a star.
Won't you tell him, please put on some speed, follow my lead,
Forget the breakfast of champions. It's the breakfast of billionaires. Kellogg's Cereal Revolution has earned these brothers a spot-on biography. As Billionaires Week continues tonight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Now, a routine investigation uncovers a major underworld murder plot on Remington Steele. Next on A&E.